Hello dear perfume lovers, let's talk about Matière Première. I tried all of their fragrances, including the most recent vanilla powder, and I have some thoughts to share. I can say that there are no fragrances from this house that I totally disliked. There are no bad fragrances. Some scents are okay to my nose, others are good, some fragrances are excellent, so let's get into it. Brand was founded by Aurélien Guichard, the perfumer behind all Matière Première fragrances, and the name Matière Première, it literally means raw material, and that's the concept of the brand, to use one central natural ingredient, put it to the highest dosage and frame it with other beautiful notes. I even purchased one of their fragrances, Santal Austral. I got a miniature bottle, so-called perfumer's bottle, because it looks quite similar to the bottles that perfumers use for their experiments, for their work. I thought it's a really cute miniature bottle that you can use as a splash or as a spray. I think it will last me for a few seasons, maybe a year, and then I'm sure I will discover some other beautiful sandalwood fragrances. Yeah, I thought that 6 ml miniature will be just enough for me. There are so many fragrances released every year, every day even. Such a beautiful fragrance, really beautiful. It's a creamy sandalwood, very bright, very refined sandalwood. Perfumer wanted to emphasize the sensual side of this white wood of sandalwood to make it addictive. Using the notes of sandalwood, almond milk, iris, benzoin, tonka, I think he really succeeded. I absolutely love the fragrance, but for me it's something I would wear for a special occasion, for events. It's very powerful scent, it projects a lot, it lasts very long on your clothes, on your skin. It's a special occasion fragrance, and I know exactly when I'm gonna use it. I will have one trip this week, and this fragrance will travel with me, so I'm glad I have a miniature. What I love the most about this fragrance is its smoothness, its butteriness. It's like a sandalwood vanilla butter that you want to eat with the spoon. It's not gourmand though. It is, first of all, a woody fragrance with some powdery notes. Iris always brings the powdery feel to the fragrance. It's very rich, rich in the scent, rich scent. I like this sort of buttery feeling in this fragrance. I have to say it wasn't love from the first sniff, but when I started to wear this fragrance, I realized how nice it is for me to be surrounded with this sandalwood aroma. So I can rate it 10 on 10. I really like this fragrance. But as I said, it is my choice for special occasions. Next fragrance will be Radical Rose. Another beautiful fragrance that I really like from this brand. It's a lush rose married to a beautiful patchouli. The idea of this fragrance is to use rose centifolia in the highest concentration ever made. Coming back to the concept of the brand to make a composition around one overdosed central material. So here we have a beautiful rose that is actually organically grown by Matière Première. They grow their own flowers, tuberoses, roses, and that's for me a very great artisanal approach. Perfumer's own brand, own flowers, very simple, minimalistic packaging, without any unnecessary artisanal aesthetic, but just the scent, the accent on the beautiful scent. When I first tried this super concentrated rose fragrance, I was afraid that it might suffocate me, but it didn't. Maybe because patchouli keeps it in place. I catch a little bit of lipsticky feel in it. Just a little, but I like it, and I see this fragrance in a dark crimson color, and the mood it brings is sensual, femme fatale vibes. Even though I think that elegant men can wear this fragrance as well, you know, rose is historically, originally the masculine note. So yeah, it's a dark, deep, heartbreaking fragrance. It can be also good for a special occasion. Notes here are rose centifolia, saffron, pepper berries, patchouli, labdanum. I can rate this fragrance 9 on 10. I really like it, and I think that such a scent for a special occasion, for an evening wear, will not leave you unnoticed. It's so powerful and beautiful. It's not old-fashioned rose, it's very modern. That's what I like. Next, let's talk about Encens Suave. Yet another excellent fragrance from this brand. It's the most unique, the most unusual scent of terracotta, of clay. That's how I see this fragrance. Yeah, it really brings me this sandy feeling of terracotta, maybe sandy cookies, like this sandy texture I got here. I'm really impressed by this scent because incense is usually very smoky, but here it is very, very sandy, very dry. That makes it so unique. It's the incense resinoid that creator wanted to emphasize. It still keeps the idea of incense. It is a little bit smoky, but it is so comfortable to wear because of this comfortable sandy feeling. It's really nice to have this bubble around my head. Besides incense, we have notes of coffee, labdanum, benzoin, vanilla. I heard somewhere that this trio, benzoin, labdanum and vanilla, is what we call a contemporary amber accord. So if we can call this fragrance ambery, it's a dry, sandy amber fragrance. Everything is very balanced here. It's not too much coffee, it's not too gourmand. I think this can be excellent for the colder season. Overall, it's a resinous, a bit smoky, sandy, quite easy to wear unisex fragrance. I will rate it also 9 on 10, and I can't recommend it enough. It's so unique. If I can recommend only one fragrance to try from this brand, it would be Encens Suave because of its uniqueness. Beautiful biscuit-like terracotta fragrance. Next fragrance will be Cologne CÉDRAT. What a bright, zesty lemon scent. It's very citrusy, very woody. It is also one of my favorites from the brand. First of all, because it's a joy for my nose. It's very nice. And second of all, it's a long-lasting cologne. It really lasts very long on your skin, on your clothes. Usually, citrus perfumes are very underrated, but a very nice, long-lasting cologne is a treasure. What I love about this fragrance is that it doesn't smell fruity or soapy, because the note of Neroli often brings the soapy feel. But here we have such a nice woody background that makes this fragrance kind of strong, serious. I want to spread my shoulders when I'm wearing this fragrance. It is the citrus that is doing its best, very hard-working citrus. Plus it has the tea note that is so refreshing here, so nice. It is definitely a bit more masculine, but I'm wearing this scent without hesitation. To make it last, perfumer pairs the bergamot with spicy notes of black pepper, pink pepper and mate. It is very put together, very confident bergamot fragrance that will not let you down. It's a long-lasting citrus. What perfumer wanted to create in this, to achieve in this fragrance, he did. And I'm gonna rate it 8.5 out of 10. I'm even a little bit sad that this fragrance is so overlooked because good cologne is a treasure. Our next fragrance is called Parisian Musc. What I was expecting was a sensual modern musk, expressive, with some sweetness from fig. And what I got is not quite the same. What speaks to me the most in this fragrance is the note of fig. Not milky fig like I was expecting, but very leafy green, note of fig that actually works nicely with the note of ambrette, the vegetal alternative to musk. But unfortunately, I don't get enough warmth and comfort from the note of ambrette. I don't even understand why ambrette is compared to musk. It's totally different note for my nose. Yeah, I don't like it that much, but it's not bad. It smells clean, very green, very woody, a little bit earthy. It's like a young fig, very urban scent, very contemporary. It's clean and vegetal at the same time, but I'm really missing those skin-like qualities that I usually get from beautiful musky scents. Besides fig, we have notes of ambrette, cedar, ambrettolite, and ambroxan. Not my favorite fragrance. I will rate it 5 out of 10. Considering all the good reviews, I was expecting this fragrance to be just right for me, but unfortunately it's not. As for the fig, my favorite fig is still Philosicus from Diptyque, and as for the musk, I'm still looking for a nice musky fragrance for my collection. Let's talk about the most recent fragrance, Vanilla Powder. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not as good as other Matière Première creations, simply because it smells a bit cosmetic for me. It's very powdery, very diffusive, but it smells like a body spray or a body butter. I'm surprised that creating one vanilla for this house, they decided to go with such a coconutty vanilla fragrance instead of some ambery, aromatic or resinous vanilla. To be honest, it smells a little bit artificial, which is really strange because I know that brand is using a lot of natural, high quality ingredients, but blindly smelling this fragrance without knowing that it's Matière Première creation, I would never guess that it's a high quality niche fragrance. It really smells like a body spray. The notes here are vanilla, Palo Santo, coconut and musk. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with this fragrance. It's not bad, it's really nice scent itself, but it doesn't spark my imagination, maybe. I'm gonna rate it 5.5 out of 10. I'm a big vanilla lover, but this one is just not for me. Plus, I quickly get tired of this scent. It's not an easy wear for me. Next fragrance will be Falcon Leather. Usually I avoid leather fragrances, but this one is very appealing, surprisingly interesting fragrance. Maybe because leather is only theoretical here. The main ingredient is a birch tar oil from Finland. Not many perfume ingredients come from Finland. That makes me proud. Really, I can switch my brain between feeling the leather and not feeling it. It's very funny. I think of this fragrance as a, first of all, vegetal, woody, smoky fragrance. My husband Elise said that for him it smells like chimney, like something burned. I understand what he gets, but I don't feel the same. Knowing that it is the birch bark, I can program my brain to understand this fragrance as something woody, vegetal. It's really interesting and surprisingly pleasant to smell. It has this really beautiful smoky quality. On top we get the stroke of saffron. In the heart, perfumer added labdanum and benzoin. I find this fragrance quite wearable, but I really need to be in a mood for it. It's not an easy wear, it's not feminine, it's very artistic. But it is, first of all, a birch fragrance for me. It's very dark, soft and sweetened with benzoin notes, and It is very dense, very powerful, like you cannot break it, you cannot cut through this scent. It's very unique as a leather scent, but it is even more unique as a birch scent because there are not that many fragrances with such profile. I'm gonna rate it 6 out of 10. I appreciate the uniqueness of this fragrance, even though I don't like leather. Because it's not leather, it's first of all the birch fragrance, to be honest. Very artistic, very interesting. Next fragrance will be Crystal Saffron. You have to love saffron to like this fragrance. I cannot say I'm a biggest fan of saffron, but I appreciate this note. It's very trendy, it's very contemporary. It brings this mineral feel to the fragrance. Similar, cool, a little bit metallic feeling we get from Baccarat Rouge, from Ganymede, the fragrances that feature the saffron note. It's recognizable. Saffron has the beautiful trail. In a trail, it's so good, but having this saffron bubble around my head, I get a little bit tired. I can compare this fragrance to Baccarat Rouge. You can disagree if you want, but for me it's like a diet Baccarat Rouge without sweetness, just a beautiful saffron. The notes here are saffron oil, musk, ambroxan, incense. I feel like it can be very good during the frosty winter. Like that's the scent for a colder season. I feel like it needs to stay fresh, it needs to stay cold, because the perspiration from the body, it can ruin the composition. Like, that's my own perception. If I were wearing this fragrance, I would use it on my clothes or on my hair, so the heat from the body will not destroy the coldness of saffron note. Crystal saffron, it really shines, but when it melts down, it loses its spark. It's a really sparkling saffron fragrance, the way it is designed to be. Crystal saffron. I will rate it 7 out of 10. I like it, but choosing between Baccarat and this one, I would still choose a little bit sweeter Baccarat Rouge. As I said, saffron is not my most favorite note, but I'm not uninterested. I think that one day I might have this saffron period in my fragrance journey, let's see. We have a few more fragrances. Next one will be Bois d'Ébène. I can't say that it's my favorite fragrance, but it's still above average. It's very nice woody fragrance, it's very dark. I'm not sure if it's something I would like to wear on my skin, but as an ambience fragrance, it's really nice. To create dark and dense wood, perfumer played around kayak wood, complemented with patchouli, cypriol, cabriva oil and juniper. Like I said, as a personal scent, it feels a little bit too cold, too uncomfortable. But as a room fragrance, as an ambient scent, it's very atmospheric. It's very smoky woody, but with the spark, with the tingling effect from juniper. I also feel some leathery sides of this fragrance. Altogether, it's a dense, heavy, like a wooden brick fragrance. As I said, it's not the most appealing as a personal scent, but as an ambient scent, it can be very nice. So I will rate it wearability 5.5 out of 10. I wouldn't reach for it, but I appreciate the beauty of the scent. Then we have 2 floral fragrances left. One is better than the other, I think. Let's start with Neroli Oranger. Not my favorite, to be honest. I love Solar Rose, I love Solar Tuberose, but prominent orange blossom note, I find it a little bit boring. Plus it has the note of ylang ylang that is not prominent, but my nose still detects it, and it's not my favorite note. It really suffocates me, the ylang ylang. It is citrusy, it's very clean, it's very nice, it's just not my profile. The notes here are orange blossom, bergamot, neroli, ylang ylang and musk. It's a clean, soft floral Very sunny, very happy. It's not soapy at all, it's not old-fashioned Neroli, it's just right, but just not my profile. I would skip this fragrance altogether. I will rate it 5.5 out of 10. Doesn't spark my imagination. Last fragrance we have is French Flower. It is so good. I want to keep smelling it forever. So good. The main role here is for the tuberose. Again, organically grown by MATIERE, their own flower. What is the character of this tuberose? It is very youthful, very green, a little bit bubblegummy. It's everything I love in tuberose. That's just the right one for me. The notes here are tuberose, ginger, tea leaf, and pear. Very nice notes, very softened green floral with the spark from ginger. When I smelled this fragrance for the first time, I was like, oh, it's so good. I imagined the carpet of young tuberoses in the sun. Just such a happy fragrance. It's very easy and enjoyable. For me, it can be a very nice everyday tuberose fragrance that doesn't suffocate, that is not too carnal, not indolic. It's just feminine, clean, very refreshing scent. It brings spring to my mind, and I think I will be back to this fragrance in a warmer season. I will rate it 8.5 out of 10. It's really the tuberose that I love. Just a very nice interpretation of tuberose that I really enjoy. Makes me happy. As you can see, I haven't found bad fragrances in this house. There is nothing I really disliked. I think they did a great job with their creations, and some of them I really love. If longevity and sillage are the things that you're looking for in a fragrance, you will get enough of it in MATIERE fragrances. Some scents I cannot wash off my skin, they're so long-lasting. Overall, I'm very surprised, impressed by this house, by its concept. My love is now Santal Austral, but some other scents that I would consider as a full bottle worthy are Rose, the Radical Rose, Encens Suave, Cologne CÉDRAT, and the French Flower for warmer days, though this is my top from the brand. Let me know if you have tried those fragrances, if you own a bottle, if you like something. I guess that's it for today's video. I wish you a very good day. Goodbye.